moment you've been able to get through the basics and you've been able to understand that yes, I want to school abroad, even with my HND or with probably other degrees that you have. So the moment you've been able to settle down that yes, you wanted to go abroad for your graduate school and probably for your master's or for your PhD, then you need to be able to settle the destination you would like to go to. Why? Because different destinations, they have different criterias, and then the modus operandi can be little different. So by the time I'm using the word abroad, that means I'm talking about anytime you have to study out of your home country. So different countries, they have their own different requirements, and then the requirements that they require kind to differ from each other. So you need to understand this, especially as an HND graduate. So if you've graduated from, say, probably a college in Africa, or a technology school in Africa whereby you were not granted a BSc or a BTech or something, or probably you're given something like an HND, for example, then you need to understand that your chances is a little bit limited, and you need to be able to know the places that you have more chances, or should I say that that you can really, really thrive. Okay? For example, not all countries in Europe actually accept HND for their masters. So you need to understand this. Even though in the United Kingdom, in UK, there are some schools that accept HND directly for masters, and why some don't. So these are the things you need to understand. And also in North America, you can actually use your HND to countries like United States. But for Canada, it's a no. So the same thing, some schools in Australia will accept your HND for your master's or PhD, while some will not just accept. So you need to be able to understand all of this, that not all countries are the same. Not all countries actually accept or recognize the HND as an equivalent to bachelor's or BSc. So this needed to be settled out, and very well. And sometimes some people do ask the question of, do I need to use an agent? How do I go through the application process and the likes? Yes, I understand some schools, sometimes in Australia, sometimes in Finland, and some schools in probably Sweden, and some probably in Canada. Some schools will actually require you using some agent or some sort, but well, not all schools. So my very quick study will be the United States. Like I said, it's actually my niche. So let's just talk it through. One thing that you need to understand as an HND graduate is the fact that you should be ready to do it yourself. Using an agent, in most cases, does not land well. And come to think of it, when you are going to a graduate school, you need to understand that there are some things that you're expected to have learned. There's some things that you have expected to have known how to do, like your research skills, the ability to find out information. Like I said in my previous video, I'll put the link in the description, where I talked about things that you need to get started. You need to understand and you need to know how to get information. You are not expected to know everything, but you need to at least have an idea of where to extract the information when you need them. So, like I said, so you need to settle the destination. The United States seems to be the best country that seems to have a very good and robust landing spot for HND graduates as far as admission and funding is also concerned. I did not say there are not other schools. At least United Kingdom also offers master's degree for HND directly without having to convert to BSc of some kind. But based on some little facts and some things that we need to consider back and forth, the United States seems to be the best that I can recommend for graduate school for any HND graduates outside there. So that means we might need to go through some little processes that we need to, bring together and prove to the school that our HND is actually an equivalent to a BSc. And I need to make this clarification also. If your HND is a 3-year degree, like for instance, a Ghana degree, it might be not equivalent directly to the United States 4-year degree requirement. But not to say there are evaluations that can be carried out. And some schools, they actually put out the criteria of things that you would need to do, to be able to evaluate. After all, they most likely say on their website a BSc or equivalent. So the moment you see a statement on a school wall of BSc or its equivalent, the equivalent most time consists of every other degree that is not a BSc, which include an HND. So first of all, you need to decide the destination where you are going. When you've decided, you need to understand their criteria and their requirements. Once you understand that, then you need to know the next step that you need to do to be able to place your points, to be able to let them know that your HND is also an equivalent to a BSc, which is the requirement that is required by the school. So once you can understand this will prompt you to the things that you need to do. And also in summary, I also added up the fact that you should be ready to do it yourself. Using an agent, it is not advisable because most times it does not come out too good. So using an agent is not advisable, especially when you are going to a graduate school. So it's advisable you do it yourself, because when you get to the school, your dream school, there are some things that you need to know how to do automatically, which might not be things you'll be doing before. So it is advisable that you have inculcated the idea of doing it yourself. It will go a long way to help you. As far as settling abroad is concerned for your schooling, you need to understand these few things, especially as an HND graduate. Alright, so thank you for having to stay by and staying glued to this channel. So please, if you find this helpful, this information informative, please feel free to like and subscribe and watch out for my next video, where I'll be sharing out insights that I believe will bless you in a long way. So take care of yourself. Until next time, bye.